Oh, what is going on YouTube? This is YugiTuberish here, coming at you guys with a brand new deck profile on my channel. I mean, you've probably seen this deck profile around everywhere, but the reason I'm doing this is just, content, and I do actually want advice from some people on how to improve the Mars Hero deck profile. So with enough of that, I'm just going to get straight into it. So, the essential free Shadow Mist is, self-explanatory. People obviously know. I actually run this deck differently. I don't actually run Neosalius. Sorry, I've only just woken up, so I'm a little bit dead at the moment. I don't run Neosalius, so I'll get to that in a minute. But I do run 2 Bubble Man, obviously. Everybody knows. Good old Bubble Man. And I swapped out Avian for Neosalius now. The reason because is I run the Wind Mars Hero, Divine Wind. I don't see why you wouldn't. Hear me out. He allows you to draw power. Your opponent can only attack once per turn, and he cannot be destroyed by battle. He has 3 effects in one. I don't see why. I feel that Koga doesn't get over. I feel he just does strength, and I believe in this game a lot of require of effects that either you gain draw power or you are able to destroy back row, negate effects. Like, because nowadays it's all about effects and you stopping your opponent pretty much. And I feel that Koga only allows you to just gain power. That is my personal opinion, but obviously give me advice on if I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong, but as well, I actually do run 3 Goblinberg. The whole XC play in this deck needs to be, because you only have 1 rotor. You need the Goblinberg in your hand for your Shadow Mist. Yeah, so I feel like that is really essential. I have sort of tested this deck, and it does really work. It does. People are probably looking at this thinking, what is this kid doing? He doesn't know what he's doing, but I do. I've run Mars Heroes for like 2 or 3 years now. It's been long. Well, I don't even know whether they've been out that long, but I've just been running Elemental Heroes for just for a good long time. And obviously summon a monk, so that when you special summon your Shadow Mist, it gets off his effect. You run a like 50% spell deck, so yeah. Thunder King, obviously, because special summoning in this format is just absolutely ridiculous. And then just to stop OTK, I actually do use Battle Fader, because people probably don't see it coming in an Elemental Hero deck. Now that is that for the monsters and the spells. I ran 3 Mass Change. Yep, I actually run Mass Change. Ooh, what a change. Obviously you need it. There's just no point in me even explaining it. Miracle Fusion, because I run the Absolute Zero and Acid play. I do love that. I love that move. It's just, I think it's absolutely amazing. Hero Lives. I only run 2. People sometimes run 3. It's just hard, because it's 4,000 life points gone in 1 turn sometimes, and most people don't like it. So obviously Rotor got hit, so in exchange I do run 2 Emergency Call, unfortunately, but that's why I do add the extra Goblinberg for that extra play. I would run a Regeki, I just don't have one, so I'm going to have to do 2 Dark Holes. I'm just trying to push them up there out of the way real quick. Yeah, so that's just staple really. Twin Twister. I remember I was going to say something about this card being a discard to a... Oh, that was it. Your Bubble Man. If you ever discard your Bubble Man, you probably can't even see that because the lighting's just so bad. I'm going to put that light there. There we go. Yeah, Twin Twister's good with Bubble Man. Do you discard Bubble Man, Miracle Fusion if he plays? So yeah, I'm actually going to take this card out. It's just too slow. This deck doesn't have enough draw power, I feel, and I feel that Supply Squad isn't really the greatest of options. I chose it as well because it's a spell, just in case you ever need to use Summon Monks based off effect. Yeah, Obviously 1 mask charge to get back one of your cards, and mask change. Mask change 2, I do run 3 Goblinberg, and it actually works on Goblinberg to go into a Mask Hero Dian. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He allows you to special summon a level 4 from your deck, hero type monster. You special summon Shadow Mist, and you get Shadow Mist effect, end of turn. You just do mask change, and then you get another element hero. So yeah, it is pretty messed up. I mean, the only downfall is if you don't have a card in your hand, you're pretty much, you know, out of that equation. You have to wait till next turn. This would be a Forbidden Lance. It's a Forbidden Dress. I just don't really have one. I think I have one in my other deck, but this still is just as good. It can't be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Yeah. Book of Moon, essential, you know. I don't want my stuff being, I don't want effects to go off. That's mainly for really exceeds and stuff like that. Now for the traps, I run 2 Mirror Force. You know, you want to protect your Dark Lore. Don't want none of that stuff. Good stuff. 2 Coral Hunters for your Shadow Mists, if ever you need to special summon back. I'm actually going to keep this card till last. I was just literally about to talk about this card, but I'm going to talk about the staples first. So obviously Compulse, Torrential Tribute, Fiendish Chain, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Now I would actually take out Torrential Tribute or Bottomless Trap Hole for another Fiendish Chain. I just, like I said, I don't really have one, and I like the way my deck actually rolls at the moment. Like, it's pretty much like good. I mean, I say it is good, it's only because I play like friends. I've played locals with this deck before, but not how it is now. I came like, where did I come? I think I come from like 3rd from last out of 8 people, so that's 5th place for this deck. But that was because I only just turned up and they were like, dude, Rote was at 1. I was like, what? I was like, no. So I had to rearrange my whole deck at the locals, and I was like, obviously I haven't been keeping up to date. But I definitely am now, obviously, because this whole YouTube channel thing, I'm really taking this serious. Yeah, and I actually play Battle Guard Howling. Now, not a lot of people know what this does, if I can try and zoom up on this. But when a warrior type monster you control is targeted for an attack or an opponent's, or by an opponent's monster effect, target one face up your opponent controls, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the face up monster, and then return it to the hand. So if it's like an Exceed, you're basically returning it back to the deck, or if it's a big monster that they can't seem to special summon back, you return it to the hand. You're not even destroying it, because some effects go off by destroying, but they also take damage equal to its attack. So I actually at one point ran 2, but I don't know, I just felt like it was just too cloggy, or I just didn't want it. But 1's still good. I've had it a few times where I've pulled that off, and it's just so good. I play number 1. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go through the Mask Heroes first, and then we'll have a little talk about it. People are probably going to call me stupid, but I actually run 3 Dark Claw. Normally people run 2. I actually run 3 because I'm always using my Call of Haunted effect somehow, and I never seem to have a Dark Claw. And then I always end up having to go into an Anki, which I don't mind, obviously the 2400, but the whole graveyard effect, you know, and when they draw a card from their deck, other than their draw phase, you discard 1 random card from their hand. It's so good. Like, it really does help. Because having like 2 on the field at a time, it's like both their effects go off. It's quite good. And then, obviously, Anki allows you, when you destroy a monster, you get to add 1 change from your deck to your hand, or you can attack your opponent's life points directly, but half its attack. So, like I said, I did run the Absolute Zero and Acid way. I just love that back row and front row destroying, like, automatically. I just think it's absolutely amazing. This, I don't see why you would want to run Mask Heroes without playing this. Like, I know Miracle Fusion, like, people don't run that no more. It's all cloggy and stuff, but it really does help. It really does. And then, obviously, Mask Hero Dian to special summon your... I don't see why you wouldn't want to run this. This is why I want to run 3 Goblinberg, because pulling this play off, I don't see why you wouldn't want to run it. Special summoning your Shadow Mist, like, from your deck. It's just all cool. It's all cool. And then Divine Wind, I explained the effect earlier. You draw a card, can't be destroyed by battle, and your opponent can only attack once per turn. That's 3 effects in 1. That's just rigged. Great Tornado, just in case I can't go in to absolute 0, and I have Alien in the Grave or any wind. It actually can work with Castell as well. See, and then Gaia, just in case, and Ever, just in case, is Contrast Hero Chaos. So you used to run 3 of him. I used to run 3 Miracle Fusion, and yeah, that's just not the way now. But actually, I'll tell you what, I think many people do know his effect, but I will just briefly explain it now. Basically, I think you can just negate any card on the field once per turn during either player's turn. During either player's turn, you target one face-up card on the field and negate that target's effect until the end of turn. Yes, but I don't think if a card were to activate, you can just negate it. That's how I used to play it, but people tell me wrong. Personally, I think that's how it should be. Like that is how it is, but that's why I only run 3 now. And then for the Exceeds, we have the basic number 1, 101 Shark, Castell, just in case they have any back row. I'm thinking of actually putting 2 of him in. Because I sometimes go into him at first game with Summoner Monk, and my opponent already has like a beast monster, and I need him later on, like during the game. So I want to run 2. Blade Armor Ninja, obviously for the Warriors, attack twice, and obviously Heroic Champion Excalibur for the whole 4K beat stick. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know of any improvements. I want improvements made to this deck. Purely because I absolutely love Mars Heroes. And I mean, I like the way I play it at the moment. But if any like spells or any mainly extra deck cards. I mean, I don't have a lot of decent extra decks. But obviously, because now I'm getting back into this sort of stuff, I'm starting to go back to my locals a lot more. I've actually bought this booster box from my locals the other day. I've already opened it, unfortunately, because I never really had my channel at the time, and I really thought about it. That's what really got me, and I really wanted to open it and record it, but I was out at the time. So yeah, that's another thing as well. I'm going to start doing openings. You guys should know that if you watch my introduction to my channel. But yeah, this probably won't even be my first deck profile. I am currently making a deck, but I'm not going to say what it is just yet. I really want it to be a surprise. It's a deck that I'm testing on Dev Pro as well. Yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and this has been YugiTuberish, and I'm out. Peace.